Hello children, I'm sure you have gone through the content of chapter 2 of class 12 business studies principles of management through my previous videos. So this is the second video which will explain the assignment. This will explain the case studies of this chapter and help you gain expertise over solving few more case studies. So before we go forward, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and also don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you can get notifications about my further uploads. Let us see the first question. Beena, a student of management, likes to relate what she learned in class to real life situations. She observed many situations while watching educational programs on television that remind her of concept of scientific management. In one such programs, factories manufacturing parts for products like automobiles, computers and mobile phones were being telecast. Name the technique of scientific management that you should be adhered to while manufacturing parts of such products. So where there is a organization which is producing a different line of products, so here this is one organization which is producing the parts of various products like automobiles, computers and mobile phones. So here we need a technique called standardization and simplification, because through this technique we'll be able to set standards for everything, not only the quality of the product but right from the scratch, like the quality of the tools, the quality of the machines, whatever we are using right from the scratch can be standardized. And when there is a line of product, there might be a lot of unnecessary products which eat up our resources. So through the technique of simplification, those unwanted products can be eliminated to utilize the resources in the best way. Question number 2. APAR Foundation is a non-government organization working to improve lives of the children with medical needs and homeless victims of natural disasters. Apart from donations in cash, they collect dry ration, old clothes, shoes, toys, books and medicines from donors. At APAR Foundation's office in Bhopal, the material is segregated, classified and put in cells and boxes that are labeled systematically. There is a specific place for each of these items and volunteers put everything in their respective places. The volunteers' work is divided into specific jobs like fundraising, field visits, social media, updates, and so on. Each volunteer is a part of particular team depending on their competency and training. Each volunteer becomes specialized in their respective fields, leading to efficient utilization of human resources. So, here we have to identify and explain the various principles of management adopted by APAR Foundation. So which principles here we have already identified. The first principle is order. Because of this line, specific place for each and every item. And another is division of work. Because of this line, volunteers work is divided into specific jobs. So these are the two different management principles we can identify under this case study. The two values, it might be the concern for the society, because the poor children are taken care of, and optimum utilization of resources, because these people use the old and used resources and let them be utilized in a better way by giving them to the poor children. And there is sensitivity towards environment, because everyone is making efficient utilization of human resources. So these are the values which may be concerned under this case study. Question number 3. A salesperson is asked to finalize a deal with the customer. The marketing manager allows him to give a discount of 10%, but finance manager allows him to give a discount of 25%. So there are two different managers giving different standards for discounts. So here, which principle is violated? Unity of command. Getting orders from more than one bosses is unity of is violation of unity of command. Let us see question number 4. In a factory, the toolbox was kept under the table of every worker. Whenever worker needs tools, he had to bend to take out tools from toolbox and keep it back after use. The newly appointed supervisor observed it and suggested to keep the tool near every worker's table where he can place the toolbox so that the workers do not waste their energy in bending again and again. So here we are observing wasteful movements by our workers. So which technique is involved here? Motion study. And what is the objective of this technique? As I just mentioned, the objective of motion study is to eliminate unproductive movements of workers. This will help them keeping themselves fresh for a longer period of time, and they will not feel tired if we can eliminate this useless movement. So this will increase the efficiency of workers for a longer time, and they will produce more, they will work in a better way, and this will be beneficial for the organization. So here this is motion study. Question number 5. Mr. Mukesh used to manufacture shoes by employing labor who were easily available. So this is a labor intensive technique. Okay. When his son, after completing his MBA, joined the business, he analyzed that if we use capital intensive method by using machines, it will reduce the cost and the quality of the shoes will also improve. So here this person is shifting from one method to another by analyzing the cost and the quality. So this is which technique of scientific management is used by his son? It is method study, because he is switching to a better method which he had analyzed, which he had already calculated using different scientific methods. So this is method study. And what is the objective of this technique? The objective of method study is to find out the best way of doing a task. Okay, question number 6. Mr. Kapoor, the finance manager of ABC Limited, applied for leave to attend the family function in Amritsar. The director of the company requested him to cancel his leave as there is an important meeting scheduled on that day. Mr. Kapoor immediately agreed and cancelled his trip as a thought of attending a wedding is more important for the company's benefit. So here, which principle of fuel is applied by Mr. Kapoor? So Mr. Kapoor here sacrificed his own personal interest for one of the company's interest. So here he applied the principle of subordination of individual interest to general interest. So this principle explains that interest of an organization must supersede the interest of employees. So this is a very basic principle which every one of us do one or the other time for our own businesses or in our family also. So it is very much required by employees of an organization that sometimes if they have to sacrifice their own interest for the sake of organization, it should be done. So this is principle of subordination of individual interest to general interest. Let us have a look at question number 7. Mr. Rajiv, the senior manager of Unique Enterprises, considered himself very wise and used to take all the decisions himself without consulting his employees. He never used to help anyone, or he used to take help of anyone. The employees of Unique Enterprises were not working efficiently and the company's profit margins started declining. To tackle the problem, company appointed a new manager from IIM Bangalore. The new manager, after joining, made the policy that all decisions will be taken after consulting the employees, and employees must give some suggestions and best suggestions will be rewarded with financial and non-financial incentives. This policy had a very positive effect on the company. Here we have to state and explain the principle of Henry Fayol used by this new manager. So there is one person who never consults his employees, never takes suggestions or initiative from the employees. So as a result, the company's performance started to decline. So there is this one manager who encouraged that uh, we should consult the employees before taking any decisions, and if we get some good suggestions we must reward them with certain financial or non-financial means. So this has a great impact on the company. So the principle of initiative is applied by this manager because he let the employees of an organization to take an initiative, and if they take initiative in making different plans or strategies, they will work hard to implement them in a very successful way. So this is the core of this principle, that if we will take suggestions from the employees, they will work harder to achieve, to make those suggestions prove right in a longer run. So this will also help the company or the organization to achieve its efficiency. Question number 8. In a school, principal makes sure that every instruction, order, or information given by him must be passed to the vice principal, then head of the departments, and then to teachers, and students must be informed by the respective teachers only. He never allows teachers to directly communicate with him. So here we can see there is a strict line of communication, or to pass the orders from one person to another person at different levels of the organization. So state the principle of Henry Fayol followed by the school principle. So which principle is followed here? When there is a line of authority and no person is allowed to break this line of authority to contact one person, so he has to follow that line of authority always. So this is principle of scalar chain. Part B, in case of emergency, which concept of the above principle can be used by teacher to pass urgent message directly to the principal? So there is a provision in case of emergency which is like always there, but the person has to explain what is the reason of such an emergency. So this is gangplank. Question number 9. One of the principles of scientific management emphasizes to make employees efficient by training them. It further insists that the employees must be scientifically selected and work assigned to employees should suit their physical, mental, and intellectual capability. So here uh, we are uh, we are supposed to find out one principle of scientific management. So this is development of worker to the greatest efficiency. This is the principle which tells us that we must train the employees if it is necessary, and before training them we must select them scientifically, and whatever work we give them we must give them the work which suits their mental, physical, and intellectual capabilities. So all these keywords we have already discussed in this principle, development of workers to their greatest efficiency. So what are the values which are emphasized in this principle? There is a value of growth and prosperity of not only the workers but the company also in a long run. So children, this is end of this assignment. I'm sure you have understood it well. If you have any questions or any suggestions, please write it in the comment box. And once again, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for your time and patience.